and Josh here from the Great. We're back to a new Simpsons review, and if you didn't see the last one, go and check it out. So this is another good episode. So the episode starts with Marge getting the mail, and that's very simple of this gasoline, and Lisa getting this cool little wheel-like thing that turns around with different languages. Homer getting the cartoons and starts laughing. Marge gives Bart the junk mail. They're all about the termites until he reads this interesting one, which he puts it to Santa's Little Helper. 6 to 8 weeks later, Marge checking the mail again, and yeah, he's got a bank or a credit card, and he thanks Santa's Little Helper, which he coughed off a quarter, and he's going to buy some magazines, but that credit card is of no use to it, so he's having to leave, and he's looking at some different things, and he gets an idea, and orders the salmon. It's like salmon for Marge, Homer this golf shirt, and these like pills, trucker's choice for Lisa, and of course getting this pan with a radio hooked into it. And Lisa sees all these things that Bart has gotten, like he's rich, and of course Lisa is wondering where he even got all that money, and she's having to eventually go and take some more of those pills with Bart. Then sees this dog, which he then pays, which it comes in this giant box, and a real nice looking dog, which it goes away, but it actually goes and searches fruits, and does other stuff too. And Santa's Little Helper gets locked out, does backflips, and the family are starting to like it. And Homer's like, that's not Santa's Little Helper, obviously not. And it uses the restroom because it went to the bathroom and flushed the toilet. Santa's Little Helper is still waiting at the door. Cut to nighttime, is still waiting. Then this person calls, pretty much wondering when they're going to be getting him back, or getting some of the money, pretty much, with all the stuff he bought, which, he's going to regret that. Santa's Little Helper wanting a walk, but he takes the new dog for a walk. And just waiting at the door, they're digging or the dog's digging and burying up the credit card, and then Fat Tony and his crew are pretty much digging, I guess, a body or something. And he's like, he didn't see nothing, so they didn't see nothing. And then right when he gets home, they're getting all his things that he bought. And of course, Bart tells Lisa exactly what he's doing, and they're gonna need a dog, which he looks at not Lisa, he looks at Santa's Little Helper, or the new dog, which, he actually gives up Santa's Little Helper. And he's saying that he's sorry, which, he gets drove away. Santa's Little Helper's bowl is still filled up. Well, the new dog is just eating away, and Homer's wearing a tie to impress it, and Marge puts on lipstick. And Homer wants to take it out for a walk, but everybody does, which they go out to the park. They mention Santa's Little Helper, which, Bart starting to miss him. And their new dog sees Kent Brockman's dog, saying that it's fixed. And Mr. Burns and Smithers sees the dog, and he's shaking his hand. And then Otto throwing a frisbee and throwing it back hits Homer in the head. Milhouse saying that he's got the best dog ever, better than their old dog, Santa's Little Helper. He's wondering exactly where he could be. imagines him being taken to the ship and being used as fuel. But he says too extreme. So he wonders where he could be. And the dog is like, time for a walk, and has these credit cards. Which the dog is walking and hears a help. And yeah, it gets a medal. The mayor gives it a medal for the bravery and saving the baby. And Chief Wiggums comes, and Bart says that he can have the dog. As a police dog, Maggie, of course, spilling all of her food on top of her. And Homer trying to call the dog, but they're not coming. And they're saying let's go get Santa's little helper. But yeah, he's not there either at the place that he just took him to. He says that he sold them, both of them, and of course Homer is upset, and he then says that we're gonna go and find your dog, which he tries to go to this guy which has most floors, and he says that he sold this guy, which they're referring to Selma, and she has to go because Patty probably swallowed a Band-Aid that she said. Then William, which he said that he ate the dog. No, he said he gave the dog to the pastor, which he said that he gave it away after it was messing up everything at the church, and gives him the address for the house, which he sees Santa's little helper, and he's figuring out what he's going to say to the guy, and starts begging and crying for it to return. And yeah, we see this blind man who has Santa's little helper and his only companion, and he wonders what it is, and he pretty much just says never mind after his bird pretty much won't talk to him, pretty much dead. And Bart just walks away and saying that he's going to break into the blind man's house and get Santa's little helper. And Lisa's saying that she's actually not going to tell Marge and Homer about this. So yeah, he breaks through the fence, and yeah, it turns out he's inside. So he goes through the doggy door, puts his hands in the food and water bowl, and gets Santa's little helper, which he starts barking. He tries to unlock the doors. The blind man's trying to come and get him. He breaks his stings, and he hides in the closet. And yeah, Bart's having to come out because he pretty much called the cops, which he explains everything to the blind man. Yeah, he explains everything to the blind man, and they decide one thing, and that's let Santa's little helper decide who he wants to be with, which they keep calling to him. After chasing his tail, it goes to Bart, which he misses Santa's little helper, and he's sorry for giving the blind man's only companion away. Then the chief comes, breaks down the door, then rings the doorbell, and yeah, his dog sees the blind man, and they think that he found a new owner until he found some stuff in his pocket, which he puts him to get under arrest, but he said that it's things that if he takes, he will be blind again. And Santa's little helper and Bart head home while more of the police and this girl comes and starts partying pretty much. So yeah, hopefully I enjoyed. Hit the like button, subscribe if you don't, which fun to kids and turn on so much anything new, and let me know what you all think. Catch you on the next one.